Okay, so some sports broadcasting news to bring you. Jermaine Jenas has been sacked by the BBC. He's had his contract terminated with immediate effect following an internal investigation into workplace behaviour. There have been allegations made against him, complaints made against him. The BBC have investigated them and have decided to terminate his contract with immediate effect. Now, the BBC, as a broadcaster, in a much broader sense, not just in the sporting sense, has been under a lot of pressure over recent years because of some high-profile incidents and some high-profile presenters breaking the rules. In fact, some of them committing very serious crimes. Obviously, we know who that newsreader is, Hugh Edwards. But there's been other allegations about the complaints process with the BBC and the culture within the organisation. Now, these are new allegations that have obviously surfaced since the Euros. There have been, allegations raised, complaints made about his workplace behaviour and not fitting in with the code of conduct the BBC has in place, which says to me the allegations are quite serious, and of a serious enough note, the BBC has decided to terminate with immediate effect. Now, that is all they are saying in their statement. Now, what is also very interesting is he also works for TNT Sports, which is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, pay-per-view channel. He also works on Talksport. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what those rival broadcasters also do that he also works for, whether they decide to retain his services or move him on. Now, as far as we know, the allegations only concern his time at the BBC. Since obviously retiring from playing, he has been a commentator and a presenter, both in the sports realm with Match of the Day 2. He's also covered the Euros, the World Cup and the Africa Cup of Nations for the BBC, but he's also was a key presenter on the One Show in recent years. And there were many saying that he would be the next guy to replace Gary Lineker on Match of the Day. Gary Lineker's successor when Gary Lineker decides to hang up the microphone. And Gary Lineker's a divisive character. Now, not everyone is a Jermaine Jenas fan. I don't mind Jermaine Jenas. He's more recently retired than some of the other pundits and presenters that cover professional sport. In a sense, his playing days weren't that long ago. But at the same time, he's not everyone's cup of tea as a presenter or as a commentator. There are those that go, he doesn't have enough excitement in his voice, or he's a bit too monotone, or he's a bit boring, whatever it may be. However, your views on Jermaine Jenas, the presenter and the commentator, are one thing. The allegations against him, in the fullness of time, we will know what they are. As I would hazard a guess that they are serious allegations of misconduct to get an immediate dismissal. Jermaine Jenas hasn't released a statement yet. What we do know is this has only happened within the last hour or so. So this is a breaking story, and I wouldn't be surprised if a more detailed statement comes out in time. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jermaine Jenas releases his own statement in the fullness of time. At the moment, there's no denying of the allegations from the Jermaine Jenas camp, nor confirming of them. But he's also currently on Talksport as I'm recording this video. He's on a Talksport drive, I believe. And again, he's also employed by Warner Brothers Discovery on TNT Sports. He will do work for them. So it'll be interesting to see whether TNT Sports and Talksport retain his services as well in the coming days. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. We've seen this before where, sports journalists, for example, I've discussed this before with Frank Boff, for example, Ron Atkinson, just to name two from my youth who really screwed up. One on a hot mic, one with their private life, and their careers never recovered. So I would think that the allegations against him are quite severe. However, if you're Dean Saunders, you can get done for drink driving multiple times and still retain your job. So swings and roundabouts. But I think Jermaine Jenas has damaged his career quite severely. We'll have to wait and see, as I say, and to find out why he was, formally dismissed. I wouldn't be surprised if the BBC give a much more in-depth, detailed statement later on. But I think we can gather these allegations and whatever he's been accused of doing and clearly by an internal investigation found guilty of, I would assume that whatever inappropriate behaviour has happened, be it by electronic communication, that's phone or text, or actually in person, is quite serious and clearly. So we'll see what happens there. But there you go, Jermaine Jenas has been sacked by the BBC. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on what's happened in the comments section below. I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.